but there are those who love their sons too much that they are ready to do anything. Umepika, mother-in-law already amepika. So you find that the husband amekula kwa mother-in-law hajakula. There have to be boundaries between the love, because now he's a married man.
Hello guys, welcome to Doreen Camilla. I'm your girl Doreen and nimewamiss sana by the way. I'm doing fine and thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Mnaona pia mtoto anaendelea kugrow. I'm so fine. Leo pia nimeweza kukuja na Sister Fanny's. Welcome on set.
Thank you so much my sister, and thank you so much our viewers. We are here to encourage you to talk to one another, and I know that you shall be blessed.
That is amazing. So, since we met, ulinicall, kuna day umenicall na sija pick simu. Yeah. Hey, sijakwambia I went home. But that was, I was expecting that to be the best moment in my life. Yeah. Mimi going home kama bibi ya Melki for the first time, kama bibi yake, to visit my mom-in-law. Yani hadi nilikuwa naita the grand homecoming. Amen. When we went home, si vile nilikuwa na expect. Yani, on the side of the mother-in-law, hakuwa ananiona mimi ni bibi, aliona tu mtoto wake Melki. Imagine huyo mama alikuwa ananifanya tu madharau, but then I love my mother-in-law so much, lakini mimi sijui kama nitaweza kuishi naye. Ebu talk to me about mother-in-law. Hiyo part mbona huko niambia nisi expect kukaribishwa ama nisi expect furaha. Juu mimi vile we went home by the way, I thought itakuwa the best moment. Tulienda vitu nilifanyiwa, kazi zenye napewa. Hadi nikashangaa, yeye kama ni msichana wake anafanyiwa hivyo kwa familia nyingine, atasikia aje hata akisikia hiyo maneno? Ebu tell us how to relate with our mother-in-laws. Juu mimi,
Okay, thank you so much. But okay, the issue about mother-in-law, there's something we forget to know and to understand as people, and even for those who are preparing themselves to enter into a marriage and to enter into any relationship. Actually, especially when it comes to marriage, we have people, when you are dating a guy, or when you have a fiancé and you are preparing for marriage, there is something we need to understand, that this man or this woman did not just come from a tree na kanguka chini. You should know that there are people behind this particular man, ama kuna watu wako nyuma ya huyu mwanadada, kwa sababu kila mtu ametoka katika jamii na kila mtu akona mtu anamuita dada, kuna mtu anamuita sister, kuna mtu anamuita mother and all those things. So vitu zingine, it is better sometimes when you are, that is why I encourage people who want to get married, it's good to have courtship, to speak about these things, because when you want to marry me, I come from a family. I have my sisters, I have my mother, I have people who are relying on me, and people who feel like that they love me so much that they are even ready to protect me. So when we come to the issue of mother-in-law, now that is where another big problem is, but it's not a big problem. It's not just because you need to understand that woman. I'm not saying that all of them are bad. There are those who are good, there are those who understand, but there are those who love their sons too much that they are ready to do anything to protect.
That is the thing with my mother-in-law. Yani anaona Melki ni kama mimi nachukua Melki kabisa ataimuona. It's like mimi nikipata Melki, of which nimekwambia nikiwa na Melki huku Nairobi tunaishi vizuri.
Okay.
Wait until tulienda Kisii. Mimi nilikuwa naona Melki saa 4 usiku ndio anaingia sasa kwa hiyo nyumba yetu. Ameshinda na mamake the whole day. Yani hata anisikilizi sasa. Anioni hata kama bibi yake, ni kama mamake amemoverwhelm, ni kama sasa everything is about mamake.
Okay.
As much as anapenda mamake, anafaa ajue mimi am a wife kwa hiyo family. Now this is my husband. Nafaa nikuwe na time yake pia.
Okay. Yeah, I understand you, my sister. It's not something interesting because any woman wants to have a good time with the husband. Kila mtu anafurahia kuwa na wakati mzuri and to feel. Now you see, this is a field that you need to understand. You are now two people. You want to show love. Everyone wants to show love. That woman also wants to show love as a mother. You are there, even you want to show love as a what? As a wife. So the reason or the problem is that even our mothers, they feel like my son is not secure. You feel like there's an extent. I hear people call me and tell me that unapata saa zingine umepika, mother-in-law already amepika. So you find that the husband amekula kwa mother-in-law hajakula hiyo. You find there are some cases you hear people calling me na wananiambia unapata ushaamka asubuhi, maybe you are still preparing 1 2 3, but already the mother has already prepared tea and has prepared for his son, which is very bad. Yeah, what I understand.
Una responsibility hapo.
Yeah, what I know, maybe a mother's in mother-in-law who are there outside there and you are listening to this, what I can encourage you, please, even if you know this lady who has come into your home, she's not doing the right thing that you want your son to be treated like, or she's not doing the way you like your son to be handled, it is something good that you train the lady. Talk to the girl, show her how to do things and how to go about this particular thing. Show him how you handle your son. And I think maybe she doesn't know, because you have been brought up from different homes. So maybe at your home you are taught differently. You cook tea at saine. And maybe you are used to cook for your son uji ama chai saa 12. So you see the contradiction that comes. And what I can say, you may find that you will hate one another for no reason, while you could have sat down and learn each other. And tell him, hapa huwa tunafanya hivi, I would like this and this. But to that issue, what I can also say and add on to that is something that you need to bring your husband on board. Because now the issue here is your husband is the one who is entertaining all this. Because now he knows he is married. He knows he has a right to protect you as a wife, to love you as a wife. And at the same time, he has a role to love his mother and to receive love from his mother. But they have to be boundaries between the love. Because now he's a married man. What I can say, in this issue, most of the time we refer to counsel the men. So if your husband can allow to come for counseling, it will be a better thing and it will make things easier. But before we call your husband to on board, and before maybe accept to come on board, that we may speak about these things, what I can say to you is that your mother-in-law, you can only study him. There are things you might feel like he's doing, maybe he hates you, but no, he's doing them because he feels you are not doing them right. So there is a misunderstanding where people come into somebody's home and they feel that my mother-in-law doesn't love me, but it's not the real fact. It's just that there are differences in doing the things that you are doing. Because maybe you are taught to cook ugali this way, that woman knows how to cook on the other side. So you find those differences, they bring a lot of fights and a lot of battles. So one thing I can say, you can learn. You have gone into that home, learn what is supposed to be done, check how he's supposed to do, and try to adjust to that. But one thing I can tell, it is about your husband to come on board.
Okay, thank you. Let me tell you one thing. Me myself, what I know is I love my husband so much, and I was so ready to accept anything from him. Lakini ye anaenda to an extent ya kusema my mom's laws must be followed. What does that mean? It's like mimi in that home, sina say, mamake akisema ifanyike. I went home and I was like a slave. Sasa hii time yenye I'm here, mamake ndio humble down, anasema ati nini, and I know she's pretending. You know, mother-in-laws, they have gone to an extreme point. I think you should speak to my mom-in-law, at least muongee, umwambie vitu zingine. Juu mimi siwezi muhandle. Vile ananibeba mimi siwezi kubali kubebwa hivyo. Hata kama mimi ni bibi hapo, I'm not a slave in that family, and I have a family yenye inanipenda. So unafikiria mimi nitakubali chuki, nikae kwa chuki wakati napendwa home kwetu? Mimi I think sijui kama nitaweza kurudiana na Melki juu ananisinya vile yeye anaona mamake ndiye perfect, ndiye anaongea kila kitu. And you know the issue na mother-in-law, but there are people wenye wanapitia vitu worse kabisa. Worse. I know meet now such people in your career. Watu wenye wanapitia vitu mingi sana. There is a lady mwenye aliweza kunielezea a story about herself. Alikuwa amekaa na husband wake, wameoana for about 7 years. But hawajaisikizana na mother-in-law. So all this time mother-in-law amekuwa akitry kuonyesha mtoto wake how bad this lady is. Temenye bwanake aliendanga abroad, huyo mother-in-law akatuma watu kwa nyumba yao, robbers, wakaiba kila kitu na wakarape this woman. Then bibi akitry kuelezea bwanake, mamake anasema kwamba hao ni wanaume wanajuana na this lady ndio walikuja, wamekuwa wakikuja, sasa ndio wamemgeuka. And that was so painful. Why can't just a mother let her son marry? Amekuwa na yeye all this years kabla anioe. See, they've been together, wameishi pamoja. So mimi get married hapo, I think anafaa nipe opportunity yangu na kukaa na Melki vizuri na support our marriage ama
Ndivyo inastahili kukua. But what I can tell you, my sister, kwanza you have to remove that word from your mouth, I'm loved at our home. Okay, me when I counsel somebody, I counsel you biblically, and everything that I give you according to the word of God. You know, the word of God says that one will leave his mother and father and will come and join to each other and be one body. We have been created to come and join to your husband, to love each other. It's not because you are not loved at your home that that's why you came, or that's how you cannot come. The fact that you are here to make things happen. Any woman who is created by God, you have the power. Women, we have the power inside of us. When I come back to the Bible, you see that in the days of Adam and Eve, God told Adam that you should not eat from that particular tree. But when Eve came in the picture, Eve had all the power to convince Adam to do what he was not supposed to do, which was not a right thing. So what I know from the beginning, women who have the power, and that power is inside of us, to make people change, to make things change, not by fighting people, by giving them wrong decisions. But what I can tell you is that you need to be patient with this mama. You need to love her. As I just told you, you don't pay evil for evil. You need only to stay at a place of being righteous and being a good woman and showing the example to this woman. And who knows, by the help of God, with the time, she's going to change. And one thing I know, you say that you live in Nairobi, you only go to Kisii for a visit. For within that visit, ask for God's grace, and I know everything will be fine. Everything will be good. And one day, this woman, the one you call your mother-in-law, she will be able to testify that surely my daughter-in-law, she's the best daughter-in-law I've ever had in my life. When I give an example, I want also to give an example of the Bible. There was Ruth and there was Naomi. It reached a place and Naomi akamwambia Ruth, ni vyema urudi kwenu kwa sababu hapa hakuna mume na hata nikizaa leo hautapata hapa mume. So lakini Ruth alikuwa na mwanamke ambaye alikuwa na msimamo. You see, Ruth, she's a woman that she came, but the husband was already dead. Even the brother-in-law was dead. So there was no one that Ruth was waiting this home to marry her. But she persisted. Alisema mimi nilitoka kwetu kukuja kuolewa. Whether this man is dead or is alive, I'm going to stay here because I came and I will follow what the God of these people. I'll follow the mother of this man. You see, so that is a very good example for us even to copy today. You see, this woman, she persisted, but later on you can see that she found favor in the eyes of God. Her life changed and there was a victory. And even the book in the Bible, the book is called the Book of Ruth. Because why? This woman, she refused to give up. She refused to go back. So the story ya watu kusema I will go back, for me that one I want to rub it out of your mind. For any woman, for any lady, whatever challenge you are in, ile mambo ya kusema nitarudi kwetu, that one I want you to rub it off. So long as hakuna ile violence, that one we cannot tolerate that. But so long as every challenge that is there, you can persist, and I know that God will give you victory at the end of it. You need to persist. You need to be there for your husband, no matter what, no matter the challenge that your mother-in-law is giving you, no matter I know some of you out there, maybe your mother-in-law is not giving you any challenge, maybe your brother-in-law, maybe your sisters-in-law, maybe somebody there in that family, because I've told you from the beginning that every man that will meet, he has his own relatives, and out of those relatives, maybe her brother, maybe the sister, they will also be like watakuwa kama mwiba katika maisha yako. So you just know how to handle people and love your husband and take care of guard your marriage jealously. This is the word I can give you. Guard your marriage jealously. No matter what, don't drop down your marriage for the sake of somebody else. Just stay there and God will give you victory.
Thank you so much. But then nimesikia kitu umesema, alafu umesema atatoka kwao na mimi nitoke kwetu. Unajua sasa hapa inakaa ni kama mimi ndo nilitoka kwetu, yeye hajatoka kwao. Bado hajatoka kwao. Juu that time vile nilitoka Kisii saa 10 morning, nilimwacha kama amelala. Is that my husband kweli? Aliatoka kama amelala na hata hakunifuata ajue naenda wapi. Hakujua hata naenda kujitupa kwa river ama naenda kujirusha wapi. Yeba akabaki tu na mamake. Uko sure huyo ametoka kwao ama mimi ndo nilitoka kwetu?
Okay, let me give you an answer, my sister, and that one I'm not just answering you, ninajibu wanawake wote ambao wananisikiza. What I can tell you, why do you wake up from the bed and leave your husband in bed? That is another mistake. Sio yeye ameniambia nitoke ama amenifukuza nje. Uko na makosa sababu you are supposed to be on his side. Hapo kwa kitanda mahali umemwacha, wewe ndio umekosea. kwa sababu that is where you came to sleep, that is where you came to be on his side. So no matter whichever reason, you are supposed to be on his side. You don't have to just wake up and pack your things. I have this generation, you have this problem of just marching out and want to be fuatwade and akubembelezwa and all these things. Yes, he might not have come out of his mother's house, but now that you have come out, it is you to work out this marriage, for him to wait for him to come out of his mother's house. And this is what I've just given an example about Ruth. She encountered challenges. Even the challenge of Ruth was not the same as we're talking about the mother-in-law and whatever. Her husband died, but she remained to be there. Even the mother-in-law reached a place and told her, go back to your people, but she refused to go. But she had his own people. She did. Si alikuwa na watu wake. Yeah, when I give my counseling, I give it according to the word of God. Stay in your marriage, pursue your marriage, but at the end of it, there is success. At the end of it, there is light. Every day, the Bible says that there is a darkness, but there is a light coming. And night may endure, but there is a morning that is coming. So stay there and wait for your morning in that marriage. Everything has an end. Everything has a solution. But it is in its own time. God will give you the grace. If that is not your husband, that is not it's somebody who you can say that bwanangu ndiye amenifanyia hivi. Yes, your husband may be tolerating with the mother. You know, some boys, there are people who are so much attached. Who are so much attached to their mothers, in that it takes time for you not to separate somebody from his mother, but for this person to come up and realize that I need to show my wife there is a boundary between my wife and there is a boundary between my wife and my mother. Kukuwe na zile mipaka, ajue my husband, my wife can do this, my mother can do this, my mother cannot do this, and my wife cannot do. I cannot allow my wife to insult my mother, right? And I cannot allow my mother to insult my wife. So as we wait for that moment, don't quit your marriage.
Wow, thank you so much, Sister Fanny. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support.